Good morning, Hive friends. Welcome to Hive Time with Teacher Lori. It's me. I sure hope you've been enjoying our holiday books this December. And some are silly, some are more traditional stories like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Just lots of things that are being shared with you. And I didn't feel that I wanted to get through the holiday season without sharing a book that is meaningful to me, because I celebrate the birth of Jesus on Christmas as well. And whatever holiday you celebrate, if you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Happy Merry Kwanzaa. I know Diwali was just happening, so Happy Diwali. So however you choose to celebrate in your family or what's traditional for you, I wanted to say happy, happy, merry, merry, lovely, lovely. And I'm so glad you have joined us and joined me to read all these different stories and share them with you. But I wanted to read one book about a camel this holiday season, because I think it's important to share something that's meaningful in my family, and that's okay. So, parents, 10 minutes. This one's a long one, so I got you. Anyway, go get your coffee, your treats, your goodness. Fruitcake. Do you still eat fruitcake? My parents actually really like fruitcake, so if you like fruitcake, you do you. Got my joy earrings on because you bring me joy, and my sassy snowflake ring. And look at my sassy snowflake ring. Ready? Whee! Anyway, all right. Put your hands up, put your hands down, slide them very slowly, slide them very fast, lay them in your lap, because it's a long book today, and that's okay. So my hands are ready. Okay, ears open, eyes open, mouth closed, thumbs up. You ready? Excellent. This book is called The Last Straw, and it's by Frank Thurey and illustrated by Velasta Van Kempton. And it's published by Tailwinds. So, and it's about a camel with a very long name, Hashmakaka. It's a very strong name, isn't it? Hashmakaka. I had to ask how to pronounce it because I wanted to make sure I pronounced it correctly. Hashmakaka, the old camel, was asleep in the desert night. He dreamed of all the water in the world and a hump that would hold the entire sea. Hearing voices, Hashmakaka opened one eye, then another. Hashmakaka, Hashmakaka. Reluctantly, he opened the other eye. Why should I wake up? He grumbled. The sand whirled into the moonlight sky. You have been chosen, the voices whispered. The sand seemed to shift again. You will carry gifts to a baby king. Who are you? Hashmakaka wanted to know, for he was an old camel and felt he had earned his sleep. You will carry frankincense, myrrh, and gold. The wise men have chosen you. Hashmakaka got up very slowly. Why me? If these men are so wise, don't they know about my joints, my gout, my sciatica? What did you say I'm to carry? How much will it weigh? Besides, I have other commitments. There's a water drinking competition in Wrangell. Then I really must go to the cud chewing convention in Beamish. The sand blew furiously, cutting into the black night. Hashmakaka was startled and decided he'd better do as the voices asked. Who knew what made the sand move like creatures with great wings? When do I start? He said carefully. Today. With that, the sand voices disappeared, and it was morning. It was still early as the servants of the wise men placed the precious gifts onto Hashmakaka's back. The young camels ran to their good friend. They all looked up to him because he was old, and they thought him wise. You must be a very special camel, they sighed. I am very special. Hashmakaka puffed out his chest in pride and then said something a little foolish. I'm not so old. I am as strong as 10 horses, and I have been chosen to carry rich gifts to the new baby king. Can we come too? Asked the youngest camel, who never wanted to be left behind. Aren't we your friends? Shouted another. You can walk beside me, Hashmakaka replied in his most regal voice, and the long journey began. At noon, a herd of mountain goats came into view. Hashmakaka thought they had come a long way from their mountain home in the north. What is it you want? Hashmakaka called out. "We have heard tale of the new king who is to be born. Please take our humble gift with you. It's milk for the king." "You want me to carry milk?" Hashmakaka sputtered in shock. "I am not a milk-bearing camel. I am not ordinary like you." The young camels chorused, "No, he is not ordinary." They looked up to him with their big brown eyes. "He is strong. Why, he is strong as 10 horses. No, Dixie says yes. She is strong as 10 horses too. Hashmakaka muttered to himself, "My joints, my gout, my sciatica." Aloud, he said grandly, "Give me your gift." Look, he has a very regal face, doesn't he? At 1 o'clock, he was spotted by a family of millers. "Look," said the youngest camel, "they are carrying bags of ground corn. Do you suppose they're for the new king?" "They will have to carry it themselves," Hashmakaka replied. "They can follow the star like the rest of us." The young camels crowded around Hashmakaka eagerly. "But you are so strong. You are as strong as 10 horses." Hashmakaka felt wary just looking at the bags. But he said to the millers, "Give me your heavy bags. I'll carry them." At 2 o'clock the next day, young ladies gave Hashmakaka their fine silks. "At least the cloth doesn't weigh anything," he thought. At 3 o'clock, an old man in fine clothes gave him 2 rare birds in silver cages. At 4 o'clock, some merchants gave him pillars of oak that came all the way from Lebanon. I have a really good friend that's from Lebanon. Hi, Cole. That's something. Hi, Nadina. I know, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Hive friend Cole. At 5 o'clock, a group of bakers gave him their finest sweetmeats and pastries. At 6 o'clock, the sun finally went down and the crowds melted into the coming night. Hashmakaka gratefully sank into the sand. In the kind darkness, he didn't have to pretend he was strong as 10 horses. Hashmakaka became aware that it didn't seem as dark as usual. He looked up and saw the splendor of the skies and the special brightness of the star he had been following. He fell asleep wondering about the sand voices and the wings he had thought he could almost see. But as the sun shone over the desert hills, it was hard to remember the wonder of the star, for the new day brought new pains and new burdens for Hashmakaka. "I don't think I'll make it. I can't carry anymore. My legs are getting weaker. My gout, my joints, my sciatica. I'm too loaded down." That's what I imagine he's doing. Word of a caravan had spread from like sand before a desert wind. People lined the route, holding up their gifts for Hashmakaka to take to the baby king. There were jars full of honey and baskets of money. There were jewels and beads and large rolls of leather. And last but not least, there was 20 gallons of wine. Hashmakaka moaned to himself, "Ugh, this will bring me to ruin, this fruit of the vine." But then the youngest camel cried out, "Look there! It's Bethlehem. You've made it, Hashmakaka. You are as strong as 10 horses." Hashmakaka knew he could do it if he just did not stop until he arrived at the spot underneath the star. He knew he could. He could. Just then, out of the growing darkness, a small voice said, "I have a gift for the baby." Hashmakaka looked down at this tiny child. "Please, child, no more gifts. It is no weight. It is long and light. It's for the king who is born this night. It's little," the child added. "Too little is too much," Hashmakaka whispered. "Didn't I hear them say you were as strong as 10 horses?" asked the child. "Well, yes, I am, sort of, but my joints, my gout." Hashmakaka looked into the child's eyes and his heart melted. "Yes, child, give it to me. This smaller than small gift. What harm could it do?" "It is for his bed. It's all I have." "No problem at all," said Hashmakaka bravely, if foolishly. All this time, Hashmakaka had kept walking because he knew if he stopped, he could not start again. Now he could see the star shone down upon a lonely stable. "Child, do it now. Place your straw upon my back as I approach the new king." Hashmakaka entered the stable. My knees are loosening. My legs, they wobble. My back is breaking. Will this last straw cause me to fall? And with that, Hashmakaka fell to his knees. Oh my, he thought, this is no way for a camel to behave. They will say that Hashmakaka the weak camel, Hashmakaka the proud camel, should not have traveled this far. The wise men noticed Hashmakaka. Quickly, they knelt too. They're mocking me now, falling on their knees, heads bent over like gnarled old trees. And if you know this story, is that really what they're doing? Then, from the humble manger, a tiny hand reached out and touched Hashmakaka. His pain seemed to disappear. He could no longer feel his burden. Hashmakaka whispered to the baby, Hosanna from Hashmakaka. Accept these gifts kindly. They come from far and wide, brought by a beast who acted blindly. From that time on, there was no burden, great or small, that Hashmakaka would not gladly carry. So, the last straw. I think besides all the story of the king, the birth of the baby king, is also the birth of strength and never giving up. That camel did not give up. He carried all he had until he was strong. And you know what? We can carry things too, even though our burdens sometimes seem great and everything is weighing on top of us. You're strong and mighty, and you can carry it. And your parents can carry it. And your grandparents can carry it. Because you know what? We can do this. We've got each other. Let's catch our bees. Bzz. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch! It stung me. Talking to my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm talking to my baby bumblebee. They said what? I'm sorry. How can I help you? I'll keep going. Merry Christmas. However you celebrate. I let go of my baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy and Teacher Lori be proud of me? I let go of my baby bumblebee. They're happy to be free. Bye-bye, Bumblebee. Have a great day. Please join us again on Hive Time for another story. Subscribe to this channel so we can notify you when new stories are up and watch through. I appreciate you.